Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you a very exciting video for me, just because this has been highly anticipated for me, but I'm going to do an eye look with the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. Before we get started, I want to ask if you would please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, because it would mean a lot to me and it would help me out a lot, so please do that. I ordinarily upload on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Occasionally I will have a bonus video, and occasionally I'll have a live stream or two during the week. So if you would please click that notification bell, that way you'll be notified and you won't miss any of my videos, and you won't miss out on joining me live whenever I do the live streams. So all that being said, let's get into what this video is about, this beautiful Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. I'm very excited about this. Here it is. As you can see, it has about the same kind of finish and size and pan shape as the Modern Renaissance and Subculture and all of those. But you guys also know that my favorite color is pink, and I love rosy, mauvey, pink tones, and there are so many in here. Another thing that I actually am happy about, I think some people have complaints about, but there are some return shades such as burnt orange. I know that orange soda is a permanent color. I see that cypress umber is included, so is noir. Tempera right here is one that was in the Modern Renaissance. So there's lots of repeats, and some people don't like that. But the good news for me is that these happen to be some of my favorite Anastasia colors, and I never had noir. So I'm excited about that. So I am going to insert some swatches here so that you can see what they look like. They're just finger swatches. And after that, I'm just going to get started and start exploring this new palette that I find to be very, very beautiful. So guys, we have a snow day or an ice day. So here in Oklahoma, we've had some really hairy weather, and we got a lot of sleet and freezing drizzle and fog last night. So I got an unexpected or sort of expected day off. Thankfully, I got some new stuff. You guys know I've been on a no-buy, and I'm still on a no-buy for the most part. But I am buying some things here and there because I want to include them on my channel. And this is one of them. So I am in love with this already. I saw a video by Deanne Lee. It was the first time I'd seen it used. I'm starting to compile a playlist of videos. If you guys aren't aware, I have lots of playlists, and mostly they're organized by palette. So for example, I have an ABH Modern Renaissance palette tutorials playlist. I have lots of them for my favorite palettes. One from Jaclyn Hill times Morphe palette. I have one for Subculture. I have one for Prism. Just, you know, one for all the palettes that I'm in love with. Some have upwards of 50 videos. Some of them just have a few. But check them out. If you have a palette that either you just got it and aren't sure how to use it, or you have it and haven't given it love in a long time and need some inspiration, those are a good place to look. So go check out those playlists. I've never mentioned that before, but yeah, I wanted you to know about that. I did want to show you guys a really cool Amazon find. I really have been struggling with a way to store my brushes and a way to have them in a way, or have them organized in a way that I don't have to spend 15 minutes looking for each brush. So I actually saw one that held maybe 10 or 12 on the Hush app, but I didn't want to have 5 of them. So I just went and did an Amazon search, and this is what I came up with. This is actually a paintbrush holder for artists, but you know, what is this? A paintbrush holder for artists as far as makeup is concerned. And as you can see, this has 49 slots, and no matter which direction I'm looking at, I can see all of the brushes and it makes it really easy for me to find them. I do need to kind of go back through and organize it in a way where the shorter brushes are on the outside and the longer brushes are on the inside, you know, just because of the height of them. But I'm really happy I bought 2 of these, and I think they were 15 bucks, and I'll link it below if you're interested. They're white, so they go along with my decor. And so yeah, I'm excited about that. So maybe I won't be spending so much time during my filming time searching for brushes and telling you, hang on, I gotta go find brushes. So as you can see, my face is done. I just wanted to concentrate on the eye look and the lips today. So let's go ahead and jump into this. I can't wait to dig into this palette. Orange Soda right here is one of my very favorite colors from Anastasia. I have maybe 5 singles. And aside from the palettes, that's all I have from Anastasia. But Orange Soda is one of my favorite transition colors because it's very warm and beautiful. And so that's what I'm going to start off with my BH Cosmetics blender. As you can see, I'm going really high up. And this does take a bit of time to build up. But there's also this burnt orange color that will intensify that here in a moment. But for now, I really just want to really bring this up high. So it's going to be poking out very significantly above my hooded eyelid. And start with that as a transition. I love this color. I think it's gorgeous. So I'm going to make sure it's nice and blown out and blended out and there are no lines showing. One thing that I already really like about this palette is obviously there's a lot of warm colors, but there's also some cooler colors like this Dusty Rose and Rose Pink is kind of a cooler color, and the Cypress Umber and the black obviously, but also there's a lot of warm colors that you can go through and change it into a warm look. So I really like that this is pretty versatile. I'm going to go in with a... Oh, I love just being able to find my brushes. It's so awesome. I'm going to go in with a Morphe M441. And I'm going to go into Burnt Orange. And I'm going to keep it along my upper crease. I'm going to tap off to start so I can see what the pigmentation is like. But I'm going to keep it in the upper crease above my natural crease. Looks like we have a hair joining us here that we don't need. All right. Place this color, and it is doing a great job of giving some depth, and then I'm going to go through and blend it out after. But first I just want to get the pigmentation there that I am desiring. Now I'm going to go back with the blender and back into Orange Soda and just go through this in windshield wiper and circular motions just to blend that in, and that really did give us some nice warmth and a little bit of depth. All right, we've got some good warmth and depth there, good foundation. There's just no way that I'm gonna get around not using that color, which is Dusty Rose and Pink, Rose Pink. Those two are so gorgeous, you guys, and so I am for sure going to use those. I also love this fairy color as an inner corner highlight, so that's kind of my plan, but I do think that I will put some of the Cypress Umber and black on the outside as well in order to really have some rosy color and some more depth. So I'm going to go into this Dusty Rose color with a smaller, more pointed blender, which is the Morphe M411. And into the Dusty Rose. Again, I'm going to tap it off to start before so I can see how pigmented it is. And I'm going to go lower than I went with the Burnt Orange and more right into my crease. And that's the reason why I'm using the pointed blender. Now I'm just going to take a brush that has no product on it. It's a Morphe It's a Morphe PK34, and I'm just going to go through and really blow this out, and afterwards I'll go back with the brush with the Burnt Orange, but I didn't want to add anything. I just wanted to blend this out. And now with no further product, just the burnt orange that's left on this brush, I'm going to go around the outer edge here and make sure that's nice and blended out. And then finally again with the BH blender and orange soda, right around the outside of the whole thing, just to have a kind of really soft gradient. Okay, now before I go any further with darkening the outer corner and all that business, I'm going to go ahead and do my lower lash line. I'm going to start with the Dusty Rose and a Morphe E36, which is a tiny rounded pencil brush, and go into Dusty Rose and go really close up to the lash line. And I want it to be, it's not a dark color, it's a soft color, but I want it to be very concentrated at the lash line. About 2/3 of the way across. And next I'm going to go in with the Makeup Geek small crease brush into a combo of orange soda and burnt orange and go right underneath that. And pull it all the way in. I know a lot of people are very concerned with kick up and that kind of stuff. Like I've said many times, that doesn't really bother me much. But I haven't blown this off, so I wanted to show you guys that the fallout or kick up is not anything at all to be concerned about as far as from my perspective. Like I said, I don't care much, but yeah. And the next thing I'm going to do now is go ahead and go into this Cypress Umber right here. And the brush I'm using is BRC N51 by Coastal Scents. It's a flat, tapered kind of shader brush. And I'm going to use that to place some of this Cypress Umber on my outer corner and inner corner, because I think I'm going to do a little bit of a halo eye with this beautiful rose pink. I can't wait for that to be intensified. So I'm going to go in with the Cypress Umber for now, see how much darkness that gives, and see if I need to pull in any black. So flippin' gorgeous. I love Cypress Umber. So glad that they included that in this because it goes perfectly with this color scheme. It's a beautifully organized palette. And if you notice, I'm not going to pull all the way across into the crease right here. I'm not going to bridge it this time because I'm going to bring it up a little bit higher and see how it looks, so that it's more like a combination of a halo and a cut crease. We'll see how it turns out. I kind of like that spotlight shape that people have been doing, so it may end up kind of looking like that, but we shall see. I'm also going to use the very tip of this with the Cypress Umber and go on the very outer corner of my eye so that what I'm doing on the bottom is mimicking what I'm doing on the top. And I really think that I'm okay with the darkness that I have here so far. I am going to take a BRC 250 by Coastal Scents, put the tiniest bit of that Cypress Umber on the tip of it, and just go into this outer corner and make sure that that's nice and dark and nice and blended. Pulling it a little into the crease, but not much. And just making sure that's nice and deep on the outer corner. And I'm going to go back in with the brush that had the burnt orange, and I'm just going to go right around the outside of this and just make sure it's nice and blended. Really soften that up. Same thing right here. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and get some Tarte Shape Tape. Did I say it right the first time? Don't think that's ever happened before. Tarte Shape Tape and a concealer brush and just carve out the area where I'm going to put the shimmer. I'm going to use this pointed concealer brush by Morphe. It doesn't have a number on it. And light Shape Tape. Alright, and now I'm going to take a shader brush. This is a foiled eyeshadow brush by Makeup Geek. And I'm going to take the color Tempera, which is right there, and go over where I put the concealer just to set it until I place the other color. To take my MAC 242 and I'm going to dip into Rose Pink. I'm going to start off by going into that inner part with the MAC 242 and see how much pigment I can get placed down with this brush. See if I need to wet it, see if I need to use my finger. Just get a foundation down. Kind of a pat and drag motion. Okay, so I'm all right with the pigment that's down and how metallic it is. I'm okay with that, but I want to pump that up. So I'm first going to go in with my finger and try to intensify the shimmer. That's beautiful and soft and exactly what I'm looking for. I noticed a tiny bit of fallout, so I'm going to take care of that, but nothing to be concerned about. So I'm going to grab that Coastal Scents 250 that has the Cypress Umber, and I'm going to just use what's on the brush to try to fade this into the outer corner and try to blend this. This is the part where I always kind of run into a problem because I don't feel like I get it blended enough. It seems like the concealer makes that line so hard to blend out, and I really haven't found a remedy for that yet. I'm going to add a little bit more Cypress Umber. I think that's blended well, but it did take away a lot of the rose pink, so I'll have to go back in and put some more of that back in the center. But I do feel like that line is not looking too harsh around the edges. And back with the MAC 242 back into the center of this to re-intensify the pink. I'm going to try this wet with MAC Fix Plus, see what happens. more time around the outside with no additional cypress umber. All right, and the top edge here, I just want to make sure that the orange shows there. So I'm going to go in with the burnt orange with that brush that I was using earlier for it and just go along the top, right where that cut line is. All right, I guess I'm okay with that. I'm a little dissatisfied with the blending there around the outside of the cut area, but I'm gonna roll with it. The next thing I'm going to do is my inner corner and my brow bone. I'm going to, let me look at a swatch of this fairy. Yeah, I think fairy is going to be really pretty on the inner corner. We'll see about the brow bone once I place this. I want this to be really bright, and so I'm going to dip in. This is just a BH Cosmetics angled brush. I'm going to dip into the fairy, and I'm going to go ahead and spray it because I want it to be really intense on the inner corner. I'm not sure that's as bright as I want it. I'm going to try glistening, which is right above it right here. That did lighten it up quite a bit. And now what I think I'll do is use that MAC 242 and go in with Tempera, which I think is not, it looks matte, but I think it's a satin. I think I'm going to use that up underneath the very arch of my brow and see if that's enough brightness. Yeah, it looks like it's going to work great. Just right at the arch. It's another repeat shade that I love and so glad is in here because I really like it. And then I'm going to take that BH blender. I kind of have another little method that I've been using. I have this really pretty cup, and as I use the brushes, I put them in there so that whenever I need to return to them for blending, I can locate them. All right, I'm real happy with that. I think I'm happy with it all the way around. So what I'm going to do now is go off camera and do my winged eyeliner. I think, again, like my last tutorial, I think I'm going to not curl and not put mascara on my top lashes until I put on my false lashes. So I will be back with liner and lashes. I'll show you what I'm going to use. I got some new lashes from Hush, and these are, I've already sized them and cut them and all that. These are the Cara Wisp WSP lashes. Again, in general, when I have a really pretty eye look, I don't want to cover it up with lashes. So these are real wispy and you can see through them. So I'm going to go with that. Be back. Okay, I'm back with only my lips left to do. And so I'm going to use the Rimmel Exaggerate pencil in Enchantment. And I'm going to use this Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick in the shade Patina Shimmer. Like that, with a little bit of a darker outer edge and the shimmer in between. I like that, looks good. I'm going to go ahead and set my face with NYX Dewy Finish setting spray. And now just to do a little bit of a review on the palette, my first impressions really. I love it. I didn't expect any less because I always seem to love Anastasia. If I had any complaint at all, it would be this velour-ish packaging, because you can see right there on the corner, I've already gotten something on it. Right here, I've already gotten something on it. It gets a little janky looking after a while, but you know, it is what it is. It's pretty for a minute. But I love, like I said, I love the return colors because they happen to be some of my favorites. The new ones I think are gorgeous. I absolutely love the pink shimmer on the center. I love the burnt orange. I love the inner corner. I just really like it all the way around. I think there's a lot of versatility with it, like I said earlier. My first impression is I love it. You know, as far as the things that most people complain about, the blendability, it blended like a dream. They complain about the kick up and the fallout. I had very minimal. Most of the time I didn't even have to tap my brush off. So I'm really happy with this. And so let me give you a final look, an up close and personal of the eye look. I like how it came out. I'm excited about all the different possibilities for this palette. But overall, I hope this was useful. I hope the demo showed you how they performed, the swatches showed you the colors, and the final look shows you what this palette is capable of. So if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you gave me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I upload every week on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday with some bonus ones thrown in there from time to time and some live streams. So I would love it if you would come back and join me and join my YouTube family. We're building a really cool community here, and I would love for you to be a part of it. So until next time, take care and God bless. Bye, guys. All right, now I'm going to take my only I will have a live stream or two through the, and occasionally I'll have a very long blooper reel.